And Senator Rand Paul blocks a resolution to keep the identity of the whistleblower secret. The resolution was introduced by Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer and Senator Mazie Hirono and would have protected whistleblowers from retaliation. Paul accuses Democrats of selective outrage, adding they are determined on removing the president from office. Paul is now proposing his own legislation which would let President Trump face his accuser. One America's John Hines catches up with Senator Paul and has this from Washington.
The whistleblower statute, I think, has some good aspects to it in the sense that if people will speak out about corruption, we should hear them. But if you're going to speak out about something that involves a criminal trial, you have to, the Sixth Amendment supersedes all statutes. You have to appear in court and you have to actually testify. We offered today to expand the whistleblower statute to include and be retroactive. Probably the greatest whistleblower of all time was Edward Snowden, and yet people like Chuck Schumer are down there with fake outrage, and the senator from Hawaii with fake outrage about, we got to protect whistleblowers, we got to protect whistleblowers. Not one of them lifted a finger. In fact, Chuck Schumer was a big opponent, proponent of putting Snowden in jail. So I think his outrage is somewhat feigned and really seems to only selectively apply to whistleblowers that he agrees with.
You support transparency more across the board, is that it?
Absolutely, but the thing is transparency is, if you're a whistleblower, you shouldn't be fired, and there shouldn't be criminal prosecution of you for being a whistleblower. And if you apply that to Edward Snowden, I think he'd come home, actually. And so I think the thing is that it does not necessarily mean that you can make an accusation where someone would go to jail and you don't get to testify. So even the New York Times, no sort of conservative news source here, has admitted that the anonymity applies to the government and the people employing him. It doesn't apply to anybody else, myself included or anybody else. But certainly I think if the media were doing their job, they would be knocking on his door and asking him. If this were somebody and the shoe were on the other foot and this were President Obama and this were some sort of conservative activist, I guarantee the media would see it a lot different.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One American News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One American News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.